Hello folks, this is Alex here from BWOne.com. Today I'm here to do a video review of the Samsung Galaxy Player 3.6. The 3.6 is a lower tier version of its older sibling, the Galaxy Player 4.2. They're completely identical with exception to the screen real estate, which is referenced in the product names. You got your 4.2 for the bigger and then the 3.6 for this one. The Galaxy Player series since its birth has been trying to compete with Apple's Ipod Touch and thus far hasn't really done much in putting a dent in Apple sales. At first glance, you would think a media-centric device running Android, being priced respectively at $150 for the 3.6 and then the $200 for 4.2, could do a little damage in this particular ecosystem of devices. We're going to dive in and see whether this is the case for Samsung's second generation of the Galaxy Player series. From a design standpoint, this is where Samsung has done itself a great disservice in making headway for its Galaxy Player series. To put it frankly, the Samsung Galaxy Player 3.6 is a rehashed miniature version of Samsung's Galaxy S2 line of smartphones. Minimize the screen size, take away the search button, downgrade the camera quality a bit, and then there you go, you have your 3.6 Galaxy Player. This has led me to believe that even though Samsung has actually, come out of their way and put a device in this particular ecosystem, they're just doing it to put their hands in the same pot as Apple. There's no time and effort put into this device at all. You can just tell from day-to-day use, from the quality of the device in the hand, just by the screen, which I'm about to get to next, it just doesn't look like Samsung put any time or effort into this device at all. To add to the displeasure, the overall quality of the device is severely lacking. The 3.6-inch screen is an embarrassing 480 by 320 pixels, and the digitizer isn't even close to the glass screen. So when you're kind of looking at it, let me turn it on here. From a viewing angle standpoint, they're just bad. The glare, all of it, you can barely see anything. It's hard to tell on camera, but it's just, the colors are washed out. The brightness of the screen itself is just horrendous. I mean, I know it's an MP3 player, so I'm probably sounding biased because I'm a smartphone, high spec'd out geek. But in general, if you're comparing it to the Ipod Touch or any other media-centric device in this price range, this definitely doesn't go up to par with them. Internal specs resemble the first Galaxy S with the 1 GHz Scorpion processor. It runs smoothly on the device. I'm going to let you see that a little bit. You see I'm going through the app menus. Press the home button. It's smooth. It's really not bad. There's not much. It's pretty much a Galaxy S2 without phone capabilities. Like I said, they removed the search button. All you got is your home, your back, and your menu. Sort of resembles ice cream sandwich, would be a plus. If this came with ice cream sandwich, then the value of it would greatly increase, but that's not the case here. There you go. Go to the back. This is Samsung all the way through. As you can tell, you have your cheap plastic. The battery, here is a 1500 milliamp, which is very generous. That definitely gets you through 30 hours of continuous music playback. I'm going to get to that in my personal use. I didn't quite get those numbers, but that's what Samsung says you're going to get. Going along the side of the device, you have your power button, your volume keys. This side's blank, nothing at the top. And then you got your headphone jack, which is at the bottom. Not clever. It makes more sense to put it at the top. You're going to be maneuvering it more and it just gets in the way, but it's a minor gripe, nothing too serious. Browsing on the device, see if I can get a close up here. Let's go to the website. There you go. As you can see, I'm on my Wi-Fi home network. It has no modules in it. It's all Wi-Fi. But scrolling's okay, not too choppy. The Scorpion processor definitely helps in this aspect of the device. So it doesn't, in terms of user experience, there's nothing bad about the Galaxy Player. You actually comes in with a built-in FM radio, so that's pretty awesome. You have your mini micro USB here. Put this back on. It's running Gingerbread. Stock as can be Gingerbread with TouchWiz put on top. In this case, TouchWiz does make Gingerbread better. Gingerbread by itself is just horrible. It's an incomplete software, and it's a software that was in place before Matthias Dorte from Palm came over, and he gave us honeycomb and he gave us ice cream sandwich. But on this device, Gingerbread's pretty well done. On top of TouchWiz, I have nothing wrong with that. I usually don't like TouchWiz on any of my smartphones, but this is an MP3 player / media device, so that's not the case here. The speaker volume on it it's pretty loud. It's not bad at all. If you're in a group of people and you guys all want to listen to one song, it's definitely not going to be a problem. Going back to the battery life, you have the generous 1500 milliamp battery. That Samsung said does give you 30 hours and then 5 hours of video playback. In my personal use, I found Samsung's numbers to be just a little bit too generous. I got about 25 to 27 hours of nonstop music playback and a less than stellar 3.5 to 4 hours of video playback. All in all, it's not bad for a device priced at $150. It does have a front-facing camera. It's VGA quality. If you want to use Skype, if you want to do Tango, or if you want to use anything else for video chatting, I suggest you use your desktop video. Don't think that you're going to get anything great with this front-facing camera. I got it, but I do have to mention again, the screen quality is horrible. If you're comparing it to the Ipod Touch, which is only $50 more, I think that's for 8 gig or 16 gig. This is the 8 gig model. Then you're going to be highly disappointed, very disappointed. I would think that Samsung would at least give it a Palm Pre, or or maybe a BlackBerry screen resolution at 640 by 480, but that's not the case here. Overall, I see the Galaxy Player as a solid gift for the holiday season. Other than that, I can't really recommend it over the likes of Apple's iPod Touch or other similarly priced media devices. The screen resolution will frustrate you to no end. The cheap-looking industrial design will leave you wanting more for the money, and an ominous feeling of why you even bought the device may come about. I can't see myself buying this device, just walking into the store and like, hey, this is the device that I want. That's not going to be the case with this device. It doesn't stand out from the crowd. Other than running Android, which I think the whole world's doing right now, it doesn't give you anything spectacular. And every Android smartphone in the market today can do what the Galaxy Player can, plus more. So setting aside $150 to $200 towards the Samsung Galaxy Player as half attempt at making a competitive product would be very unwise. You can check us out on Google+, you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. Also check the website at BWOne.com. And as always, you're going to live your tech world in high definition.